I'm Amanda Connor.
And I'm Jimmy Palmiotti, and you're listening to Real Nerds Podcast.
Hey, Real Nerds listeners, your favorite host Ryan here to remind you that social media is great. How great is it? There's many ways you can find the Real Nerds on social media. You can download us on iTunes. You can listen to us streaming on Stitcher Radio. You can call us 720-6nerds5. Aw man, our website is so cool. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You want to leave some fan mail? Oh, that's so easy, realnerds@gmail.com. Twitter, we got it, @real_nerds. You can even like us on Facebook. Thank you so much, and hey, enjoy the show. Welcome to Real Nerds Podcast, unofficially the official podcast at Denver Comic Con 2016 and beyond. I am Ryan, and with me is my son, Kellen. You're supposed to say something, buddy. That's good enough. And hey, Brad, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You're feeling pretty good today, huh?
Yeah, I got a headache, so.
Yeah, awesome. Maybe you need more sleep or something.
Maybe, yeah. I did get home at like 3 last night.
Damn.
So.
I got, when I was at Bass Pro Shop today getting a flashlight for school, I got bacon bark, so I have chocolate-covered bacon in there if you want to try some.
Is that standard police issue chocolate bacon?
It totally is. I saw that. I was like, nice. I just felt like I had to get it. It sucks because, they can't hear it in my voice. Maybe they can. I've lost 46 pounds in the last, 2 months, and I miss not being able to eat stuff like that. So, I get it, and I eat, one piece. I'm like, oh, it's so good. And I also got a salted caramel moon pie.
I saw your post on that.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. So, yeah, that's what me and Kellen are out getting stuff for school. Got some new race cars for him.
He's going to school already, huh?
Yeah. He's super smart. He's got a hippo thing that helps your headache, I'm sure.
Oh, it's really easy to concentrate and talk to you while all this shit's going on in front of me.
Right. Every week at Real Nerds Podcast, we go see a new movie and we podcast our experience to the world. This week we saw, along with everybody else, Jurassic World. Stay tuned for the end of the show. We're going to review that movie. We'll also spoil it. So if you haven't seen it, very unlikely, and you want to know about it, make sure you listen to the trailer and then stop and go see the movie. We also talk about movie news, Blu-rays that are coming out, comic books, box office numbers, all that good stuff, what we've been watching. But I'm going to start this week with letting our fans know to repeat that you will be going nationally with Jean-Claude Van Damme's Damn Van at the KC, I always forget the second part, Fright Fest.
KC Fringe Fest.
Fringe Fest.
You wish it was a Fright Fest.
Make a horror film for your next one.
Yeah, we'll see.
Because, that's what you should do. That's all the cool people are doing, really.
If we're going to do it, it has to be like a really
you have to
new and
make
original idea.
I know you have to make it
there's so many.
up.
Yeah, there's so many done already. They just pump those out weekly. People make horror films like crazy. I just don't know what else I could do. What else I could bring to that genre.
Now you have to think about it. You could do it like a like a found footage film and make it that you really never see anything and people think it's the scariest movie of all time, and then you'll make millions of dollars, and that's all you need is people just to act shocked about something that's happening off camera.
Yeah, and just have furniture fall over.
Exactly. That's what Paranormal Activity is. And then just have at one point someone come in and stare at you and then, make the camera loop really fast. And there you go.
Perfect.
Zach Eastman sent us a tweet. I'm just going to mention him real fast. And he said that he's not going to see Jurassic World until he hears what we have to say about it. So, Zach, you're going to have to stick around for about an hour, and we'll let you know what we think about it. I'm not. I just
Zach, don't wait for other people to make an opinion for you. Find out for yourself.
Do it for yourself. You'll be all right. I skipped this segment last week, and I feel like an ass. This is what's playing this week at the Alamo Drafthouse.
Hello.
Hi, I'm Kevin Smith.
Hi, I'm Leonard Maltin.
Hi, I'm Mark Hamill.
Hi, I'm Elijah Wood.
This is Seth Rogen.
I'm Christopher Mintz-Plasse.
I'm Ron Starr.
Welcome to the Alamo Draft House.
Last time I saw you, I played it cool. Now someone's been
I'm telling you right up front.
Burn off your cell phone.
Don't talk.
Don't text.
Don't build a birdhouse. Don't be a Foley artist.
Quit asking your girlfriend what she had on her salad.
Okay, is it your living room?
You talk or text during the film, I will punch you.
You can find them to the arm and then go cut their tongue out.
Have a good watch.
Bye. All right, I've said what you want me to say. Will you release me now?
Can't believe I skipped that.
Oh, you let them down.
I did. What a piece of crap.
You just jeopardized our ability to get a Real Nerds Presents show there.
I know.
By skipping 1 week. Piece of shit.
Speaking of what's playing at the Alamo, July 9th, Brad's birthday, is also going to be open screen night.
Yep.
At the Alamo Draft House. When do people have to have their film submitted by?
July 2nd.
July 2nd. And the reason you have to have it submitted instead of just walk-ups is because now it's in like corporate theater, so they have to basically set up their whole system for it. So
Yeah.
make sure that you do, because it's not Brad running the projector this time. It's Alamo.
Yeah. We'll be running the DVD player, but
Yeah, but you have to get everything set up for them.
Yeah.
You know, because the cool thing about the Alamo, it's an actual movie theater, so when you're there, you know, they have to schedule programming around it. That's why you need to submit it so they know how long they need, and you'll also get all the great drinks and food that the Alamo offers, and you get to see some great Colorado films.
we've actually already got about 40 minutes of content
Wow.
submitted, so we have
That's
to fill
pretty
2
good.
hours. That's another thing about it is like the Oriental, because they're not like a movie venue. We could get away with like people submitting in DVDs that didn't work, and we could also like choose how long the show was supposed to be. But the Alamo, like, they have 2-hour movies over and over, so you know they got to fill that time, and we can't go long. So
That, and they need to know. I mean, and also too, being at Alamo, someone could walk in off the street and be in open screen night, and they see what it is, and they buy a ticket and go in there. So
yeah,
I think it's a great exposure for you guys, and having you on the board has definitely helped that.
I'm actually working on the trailer for Open Screen Night to play before movies.
Oh, cool.
Today, and then I hope the poster's in there already.
I know you won't do anything to the phone, but Brad's weird, buddy.
I don't have $800 to replace it, buddy.
Either do I. He chews on this phone and throws it down. It's still okay. Same phone. Anyways, at the Alamo Kids Camp this week is Mary Poppins. That's lots of fun. I don't think I've ever seen that on the big screen. Have you?
No.
Maybe I'll have to do that. Is that weird, me showing up to the kids camp with no kid?
Why would you show up without your kid?
Oh, because he's only 9 months. You want him to sit through a 3-hour-long musical?
I don't know how big of a Disney fan you really are.
Damn, dude. Getting right to it. The craft dinner is Ravenous with Sierra Nevada Brewing Company, which is a really cool kind of hybrid horror comedy about cannibals. It's one of those movies that slipped under the radar. It's really good, though. The action pack is Mallrats with Oscar Blues beer.
That's
a dinner.
$45.
Yeah, you get the movie, and you also get a 5-course meal. So,
That is pretty sweet. I wish I could go.
Yeah. Science Friction is 12 Monkeys. I was never a big fan of that movie. It's really popular, though. Terry Gilliam,
Yeah.
enjoy.
I saw it once.
Yeah.
Right.
Mile High Sci-Fi versus The Fast and the Furious, which is the fourth one, which is horrible. All the other Fast and Furious I don't mind, but the fourth one is really bad.
Even Tokyo Drift?
I haven't seen it, so I don't count it. And no one else really counts it, so I don't, count it as part of it. And the action pack is the Way Gay Sing-Along. I'm not sure what music will be there, but I'm guessing Madonna.
I don't understand why they call stuff like the action pack and then they put musicals in. Like, you think it'd just be Schwarzenegger and Stallone movies?
It must be like the name of the things that do it, like the people that do it. It might be the action pack. I don't know. Liza Minnelli, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Boy George Michael. Let's see, Barry Manilow. What other? Liberace. We're being very stereotypical of gay people. Britney Spears. I don't know what else they listen to.
Everyone from Glee.
All these gay people are listening like, dude, we listen to AC/DC, asshole. Fuck you. Anyways, what do you want to start with this week, Brad?
What's It's weird because we're doing this on Sunday, but next week's box office total is going to be way more interesting than this week.
Yeah, I mean, we can
do both.
We can do both.
All right.
Box office.
Let's do it.
Cool.
This is the box office stats.
I actually debated about whether including that in the news today because it is pretty big news. But we'll go with the one that doesn't really matter. Last week, Spy was the #1 movie with 29 million, which 30 million for that movie is not bad. The big news though today is Jurassic World did $204 million.
Double its projected. And I had a feeling that it was going to do pretty well when we went and saw it Thursday, and the theater was pretty full. Yeah.
For a 15 showing, I forget.
Yeah,
And
on a Thursday.
On a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And my only thing is that people are really nostalgic about Jurassic Park, and people still love dinosaurs, and seeing them on screen I think is still a cool thing. But I'm still shocked how much money it made. I'm really shocked. But they marketed it really well. I mean, I think all the little teasers they put on TV were really well done.
I guess it's also the highest-grossing fourth movie of anything.
Yeah, I did read, too, just before we came on, that it is the highest-grossing movie of all time worldwide in one weekend. It's something like $511 million. So it's already at $500 million in 3 days.
Yeah, but I mean, worldwide releases are so sporadic. It's just like, that's not something that is easy to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. Like,
no, it's just, you're right, because
when they do a worldwide release, it doesn't Australia doesn't always get it that first week.
Like Age of Ultron hasn't opened in all the markets yet.
Yeah.
I think it's July. It opens everywhere else around the world.
Yeah.
So we'll see how well it holds up comparatively.
So they got lucky.
Yeah.
They released it in all the right places on the same weekend that America got it.
And it's so funny. We've said this for the last couple of years. If you release a good movie, people will go and see it. Because I was reading that some box office analysts and movie studio guys were like, oh, wow, a movie in June did really well. Yeah, if you put movies that people want to see, people will go and see them. Just like Captain America in March or April or Fast and Furious, I think, was April 7th. If you put movies that people want to see, they will go see them. There's no rhyme or reason behind it. Just because you think people won't go and see it doesn't mean... I mean,
People's lives are more,
and you're more connected
yearly.
now, I think, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day, everyone was kind of on the same schedule. Now everyone's works nights. A lot of people aren't the nuclear family, so
yeah,
there's just people can go and do anything anytime they want, really.
Yeah.
So,
and that's I think too, when you have a movie like this and you put it out on a Thursday, a couple showings, it gets people talking about it and it gets the hype built up. Or it can also have the inverse of that too. If the movie's not good, then it could backfire. But if you get people excited, then I think that's all you have to do. And I was reading, too, that it's 3D ticket sales accounted for 55% of its ticket sales, which is a huge, huge
we saw it in
percentage.
2D, but I actually kind of think I do want to see it in 3D.
I want to see it in IMAX 3D bad. I do. Stay tuned for the review, but there's just... It feels like a movie that needs to be seen. And I'm not a big 3D movie guy.
Watching the 2D, I could tell which sequences were engineered for 3D.
Yeah.
And I'm just I kind of want to see what that
is
about.
Yeah.
Because it didn't play well in 2D.
Yeah, I felt the same way when I was watching it. And actually, when I was driving down there, I said, man, they have an IMAX 3D showing at the exact same time. But by the time I got there, because I was working, the line was huge for the IMAX 3D, so I don't know if we would have had optimal 3D. Maybe the Colorado Boulevard one.
I mean, if I'm going to do IMAX 3D, that's where I'm going to go, because all the other ones are half IMAX.
I wonder, maybe next Saturday afternoon. No, I'm working. Sunday afternoon, maybe I'll go see it in IMAX 3D. That'd be sweet. So Jurassic World lighting the box office on fire. And it's just fascinating. I love, too, looking at how far movies fall and see how well they hold up. Mad Max and Age of Ultron still hold up really well. They're still both in the top 10. And then you see other movies just plummet because, well, they're not good. But it's just fascinating to me. I wonder how well... I mean, the thing is, too, if you think about it, even if Jurassic Park loses 60% of its business, it's still $87 million next weekend.
Yeah.
Which it might have a hard time even doing because Pixar Inside Out opens out next weekend. Or they could have two really huge movies.
Well, see, I'm not hearing a lot of people talking about their anticipation for Inside Out.
Really?
I heard it's good.
Yeah, it's getting great reviews.
But, I mean... Those are industry people. I don't hear people on the street
That's true.
talking like. Yeah.
You know, the thing is Pixar, though, they always sneak up on you.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's, and I've seen them, and I think the movie looks really cute and funny, but every time I'm like, I don't know, and then I always say, oh, it's Pixar. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Really? You don't know?
My favorite example
know.
is like we were trying to find a movie to see on my birthday, and then like at the time Ratatouille was out,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see Live Free or Die Hard again, but I was like, yeah, we already saw that, and we saw Ratatouille, and it's fantastic, and I'm like, why did I even doubt?
I know,
like that as a choice for.
It's weird when you think about it. You know, it's got to get over that thing. 'Cause I don't know. Maybe I just don't watch enough. I don't watch TV very often, but maybe I don't watch enough with kid programming, so I don't see too many trailers for those.
That's
and the
true.
trailers I always see, it's always, you know, Disney's Pixar, Inside Out, and it just shows like a little clip. So maybe I'm just watching the wrong stuff. I don't know. See, he's good now. All he does is play with his toys and punch things. So I'm going to say this is maybe 80% my fault, but the other day I was in the shower and I came out, and my wife had my laptop sitting on here on a towel. I was like, what are you doing? She said, oh, Kellen spilt water on it. So I left my laptop, like, I guess on the table, but my wife didn't know that Kellen took the water glass that she had and spilt it all over my laptop. And I tried it today,
dead.
and it does not work. When you plug it in, it goes. So I don't have a laptop, and that makes me really sad.
We didn't have any important files on there, did we?
I don't think so. No.
No interviews that I didn't edit on there?
No, you have all the interviews. You just haven't put them up yet.
James has all the interviews.
I was told that you have the George Jonty, and it's just not up yet.
Is that the only one that matters? Because I'm pretty sure there's like 10 that are missing.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't have all the interviews.
Well, maybe it matters to me. This is the.
We gave people like 20 of them. Give them a break.
I know, and they're really popular. We did well. They're funny. Even yours with Matty O'Connor is funny.
Good. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, no. Actually,
like,
if
maybe I don't want to release this one.
You know what you should do? You should put them like all in one block because they're really funny.
Matty block.
Yeah, because I was listening to them all, and it.
I guess I should just put them as like one giant 4-hour file. Oh well.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, right? This is what's been happening in the world of cinema.
It's real news.
I forgot to mention this last week, and I can't believe I did this. Betsy Palmer, who played Pamela Voorhees in Friday the 13th, passed away.
You didn't say that last week?
No.
I thought she died on Monday or something, though.
Did she die on Monday? I thought she died last week.
Well, yeah, but like we recorded on Sunday, so.
Anyways, she passed away, and I'm going to give you some more work. This is my favorite scene from Friday the 13th. You can find it on YouTube. This is when Betsy Palmer is talking to Alice about what happened to Jason.
Did you know that a young boy drowned the year before those two others were killed? The counselors weren't paying any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned. His name was Jason. I was working the day that it happened, preparing meals. Here, I was the cook. Jason should have been watched every minute. He wasn't a very good swimmer. We can go now, dear.
I think we should wait for Mr. Christie.
Oh, that's not necessary.
I don't understand.
I am Jason. You see, Jason was my son, and today is his birthday.
Where's Mr. Christie?
Oh, I couldn't let them open this place again. Could I? Not after what happened. Oh, my sweet, innocent Jason. My only child. Jason. You let him drown. You never paid any attention. Look what you did to him. Look what you did to him.
It's like I just love the scene because she has one of my favorite horror movie lines ever, where she says, "You see, today is his birth." Oh God, what is it?
Wow,
I can't believe I totally messed it up, and you guys just heard it, and it's great. You see, today is his birthday. But anyway, she's talking about how Jason died, and she's really great in the film. And I love watching the special features with her because have you ever listened to an interview with her? She's really funny because she needed $10,000 to buy a new car.
Oh, I did hear that on Hollywood Babylon.
Yeah, is it on Hollywood Babylon? And she said, "Oh, this movie's a piece of shit," but she needed $10,000 for a new car, and she ended up, it gave her basically a second wind as an actress, and she's really funny on interviews. If you have any of the Friday the 13th, she's always on the special features, being really funny, and so one of the big horror icons passed away. And speaking of horror icons, another one passed away this week.
Oh, yeah.
Christopher Lee also passed away, but not only horror. He got to start, in kind of the sci-fi horror thing, being Dracula. But later in his life, he actually became equally popular for being in Star Wars as Count Dooku and in The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
So he is a very versatile actor, and he had one of those commanding voices that you always really liked, and you believe that he was.
He sang death metal.
Yeah.
So
he was just a cool actor, and he acted. He was in The Last Hobbit, or maybe the second to last, I forget. But
he was there fighting that whatever shadow thing.
Yeah, so that was the last one, I think. Yeah. So, so acting all the way till he was 93, hell of a life. He was in so many things. I can't even name them all. Those are just some of the big nerdy ones.
Some Bond movie.
He was a
the
Bond
Golden
villain.
Gun, I think.
Yeah. He was like one of the first really sinister Bond villains. He just had that cool voice where you wanted to cast him as a villain. And I thought he was great in the prequels as Count Dooku. And so another great actor who passed away. So 2 horror icons have gone off to the nether realm. I know you're really sad to hear this news, Brad, and I'm really sorry. London Has Fallen, the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen, has been moved to January of 2016.
Oh, why?
I know. Originally October. I think they're reshooting the ending. I don't know. I didn't read the article. I just saw
they're
that
reshooting the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's whatever. Did you like the first one?
I'll probably never watch it again.
It was entertaining, but it's it's one of those things where it's
Did that come out before or after White House Down?
Before, because remember, that one came out and was really successful, and White House Down didn't make as much money. So, what are you doing, bud? Be careful.
He's going to try and hurt himself.
He's going to totally eat shit.
He's going to smack his chin on the table.
No. Careful, baby. Please don't fall. That bruise is from your mom, so I got to keep up the streak of not having him fall around me. This isn't really movie news, but it's really cool. Have you seen the WALL-E Lego set?
Yes.
It's like the coolest thing ever.
I've already spent $40.
Is that how much it is? I didn't see how much it was, but I just saw them the video of it.
I think it's only available in Britain or something first.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
And they translated. It'll probably be about $40 if it comes to America. So, yeah. But I was drooling. I saw that. It's like, I'm still getting this. I love that Lego is accommodating to let people send in stuff that they build.
I know,
and
isn't
then
that the coolest
turn them
thing?
into sets. Yeah.
I know the Ghostbusters one they're coming out with was a fan built one.
Mm-hmm. My Back to the Future DeLorean is one.
And that just shows you how creative people are and how well Lego embraces that creativity amongst people, and they should. And that's why I think Lego has been so successful for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And the WALL-E one's just awesome.
Yeah.
I thought of you today, too. I was at Toys R Us, and they have a remote control WALL-E there.
I have one.
Oh, you have him? I thought of you.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, it was really cool. It's not really movie news, but I thought it looked really cool, so
nice.
Whatever. The Hateful Eight is coming out on Christmas. I thought it always was, but they're talking like it was a big deal. And also in 70 millimeter, so.
I heard it's only coming out in 70mm on Christmas.
Really?
Like, everyone who wants to see it in a regular digital has to wait a few months.
Oh, yeah, I know it comes out in the middle of January, otherwise. So it looks like they're trying to get it out for Oscar stuff. Jay Barenthal, who is Shane in The Walking Dead, has been cast as the Punisher in Season 2 of Daredevil. I'll talk about more of the Punisher later on in movies we've been watching. So maybe the fourth time's a charm with the Punisher? I don't know.
I think it would work great as a TV character instead of like a whole movie surrounding him.
I think what's hard with the Punisher is the movies try to make him a hero, and he's really not a good guy. Even though, I mean, he's killing bad guys, but he's not. He's like the definition of an anti-hero. I mean, he's still murdering people.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think it'd be interesting to have Daredevil take him on, because I always thought that'd be pretty cool. Or maybe the Kingpin's going to hire him to kill Daredevil.
Yeah.
That makes sense for the Punisher. And he's a great actor, so I think it's a good casting. Will Ferrell and Kristen Wiig are making a Lifetime movie, and it's called A Deadly Adoption. So I don't know if it's supposed to be played seriously or if it's supposed to be a spoof of Lifetime movies, but it's really coming out on Lifetime, and they've already put out a teaser trailer. So I can't imagine Will Ferrell's taking it seriously. And Kristen Wiig.
Yeah, I'm confused. Like, is it actually coming out on Lifetime?
Yeah.
Or are they just, like, parodying Lifetime?
It's coming out on Lifetime.
That's so weird.
It's so weird. It'll have to be something I watch, because I just don't, I don't know. And the other big news is Homer and Marge are going to separate for one episode.
Oh, is it for one episode?
I'm guessing.
Well, then they've done that before.
I know, that's what I mean.
They made it seem like it was a permanent thing. I was like, why after 27 years would you try that tactic?
I think they're just trying to get people to talk about it. I mean, they also are going to kill Bart with Sideshow Bob, but it's going
to Halloween episode.
And it's a Halloween episode.
He's been killed in a Halloween episode before too. So
I don't know a Simpson who hasn't been killed in a Halloween episode. My favorite is when Homer eats a forbidden donut and he goes to hell because he dies, and the devil says, "Oh, you like donuts, do you? Well, you can have all the donuts you want." Ah, ha, ha, ha. And so he starts eating them, and then they do like a time swipe, and it comes back, and Homer's eaten all the donuts that the devil has, and he still wants more. I think it's funny. But yeah, that's news this week.
Cool.
Yeah, exciting.
Anything worth buying on Blu-ray?
Funny you should ask.
DVD releases and Blu-rays.
Chappie is coming out on Blu-ray. I will not be buying it.
I didn't see it. I don't know.
No. It's maybe my biggest disappointment of the year.
Oh. You putting that bag over your head, kid?
Hopefully.
Laura's like, yeah, he bumped into things, but you let him suffocate in a bag.
Yeah, what's worse? It's okay. I took CPR this last weekend. I'm good to go. Yeah, there's actually this really cool set coming out, though. It's called something, and it has all three of his films. The Neil Blomkamp, I don't even know what it's called, collection.
Yeah.
But it comes in a digipack that folds out, and it has new art in it, and it looks pretty sweet. But I don't care enough about Chappie to get it. Yeah, it's...
Don't you already own District 9 and
I do. I own
Elysium?
both District 9 and Elysium.
You don't need it.
I don't need it. But, I mean, it's really cool looking. If Chappie was better, then I would consider trading in those two and getting that one. But Chappie's not good. If I were you, I would rent it. I know people that do like it, though. I have people...
If it comes on Netflix, I'll watch it.
Yeah. I mean, the Chappie's cool in it, but everything else is stupid. And it feels like the ending of the movie should have happened like midway through the movie, and they should have continued with it. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not a screenwriter, so what the fuck do I know?
Neil Blomkamp said it himself that he's like, yeah, story wasn't really my focus on that movie.
Yeah, you can tell. The Lazarus Effect, which I did want to see, is the Olivia Wilde one where she dies and comes back. I'll see anything with Olivia Wilde.
Yep.
Because she's a great actress.
She's very talented.
She's very talented. Run All Night, which was a Liam Neeson movie, is coming out, which is actually, I thought, pretty cool. It had one of my favorite scenes of the year is when him and Ed Harris are talking in the diner. You didn't see that one either, did you?
Nope.
You were busy at that time.
Yep.
Because I think these movies came out like...
If I didn't see a movie with you guys, I'm sure it was because I was doing something.
Yeah. God, that's a loud one. Fuck.
He just can't stand not being the center of attention.
He's not even. He's just playing by himself. He's being cute. So yeah, Run All Night. I'll wait till it's $6 and I'll get it. 'Cause it's a cool movie, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like I did with A Walk Amongst the Tombstones. What did I buy it? Oh, I bought my TV at Best Buy and I got like a $30 Best Buy gift certificate, and that was like $10. I'm like, sweet, I really don't have to pay for it, even though I bought the TV, so I kind of paid for it, but I really didn't have to. And that's how I feel about Liam Neeson movies sometimes. They're fun. For James, Newsroom Season 3 is coming out.
Actually, speaking of Liam Neeson, at Trivia this week, they had one of the rounds was in like 2 minutes, write down all of his 8 highest grossing movies. And I was surprised how many movies like aren't huge blockbusters that he's in. Like it's like Star Wars Episode 1.
Taken.
What?
Taken.
That aren't Taken.
Oh,
movies.
that aren't Taken.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to put that qualifier in. So
That's
yes, Episode 1. I think the third one, the third one's Schindler's List.
Well, yeah.
But that's not even like a blockbuster.
No, I mean, that's a hard one to watch, though. I think I think everybody likes it, but it's not like you go and see it in the theater and you say, man, I got to get right back in line and see that again.
Yeah, I think Darkman just edged it out. But,
yeah, I think Darkman made like $30 million.
And also like not voices. So like the Lego Movie would be like after Star Wars, but you can't do the voice one. So, but I was I guess I should have checked the list before I brought this up. But I can't even think of another one.
But it is interesting because you think how popular he is now, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, Newsroom Season 3. I've never seen an episode, but James really loves it.
Oh, Nonstop was one of the the top 10.
Yeah, it made $100 million.
Top 8. Yeah. But like, did that make $100 million?
Yeah.
I thought it did like 50.
That's like $100 million.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I watched it again. It was pretty fun, except the ending. The ending sucked, but can't win them all. Tentacles. Double feature with Reptilicus is coming out from Scream Factory. Whenever they have those double features, usually they're not the best movies, and I'll always look up on like IMDb what their ratings are. I think Tentacles is 3.7 and Reptilicus is like 2.6. So if they're that low on IMDb, I'm probably not going to get the movie. But I'm sure there's someone out there that loves monster features and can't wait to see it. And get this, so about almost all the way near the bottom, about 5 rows down, is Unfinished Business with Vince Vaughn, and how Vince Vaughn has worn out his shtick, I think. He needs to do something else, like True Detective, because no one cares about the fast-talking, fun guy anymore.
He could have gone back to Jurassic World.
He could have.
He survived the second one.
He sure did. I still think Lost World is not that bad. Why do people hate that movie so much?
I don't know.
I'm asking, do you like that movie?
It's all right. I don't know. Just the story wasn't there for me.
Yeah, but as T-Rex attacking San Diego, that's pretty awesome.
Then go watch tech demos of dinosaurs fighting.
I'm going to. And it'll be awesome.
You trying to say a word? You trying to formulate a sentence there?
Good job, buddy. Is that your car? Is that a monkey driving a race car? That's pretty cool.
That's
Good
improbable.
You son of a bitch. You know what? That monkey can, okay? This is what we've been watching this week.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
What'd you watch this week, Brad?
A lot of stuff. Did I talk about the ending of Enterprise last week?
Did you talk about... I don't think you talked about the ending.
Okay.
I think you talked about that you rewatched it.
I was almost there.
Yeah.
The ending's not great. It's a kind of a slap in the face that... so the last episode is almost of a Next Generation episode because they take two characters, Riker and Troy, and they do a flashback. So he's trying to figure out... Riker's trying to figure out some mystery, and he's using the holodeck simulations of the Enterprise crew to solve the mystery. And so it's almost more of like the crew that we just spent 4 years following, like they're relegated to side characters in the last episode of their series. So that sucks.
I think the last thing you mentioned was discovering Data, like the origin of Data.
That's like the mid-season episode. Yeah, and then there's like the second to last episode is all about the guy who plays RoboCop, Peter Weller. He's like this guy who wants only Earth for humans only stuff. So he initiates this plan to create this laser on the moon that, like, if all the aliens don't leave Earth, he'll start shooting
Dr.
stuff.
Evil's plan?
Yeah, basically. It wasn't a good episode. And then there's, like, a Vulcan human baby that, like, he's doing experiments on, but it's they make it seem like it's Trip and T'Pol's kid because they hooked up during the season, and then you find out it's like this genetic hybrid that he took DNA from, and so.
So when Vulcans have sex, are they just really silent because they don't show any emotion?
I don't know. They don't really go into it.
They should have an R-rated
when they do. Well, they did
Star Trek.
Yeah, R-rated Star Trek. They
called Vulcan fuck.
When they want to get it on, like, it's usually because they go through this, like, stage called Ponfar, which I think you saw in Star Trek 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like it's this caveat of where they lose their emotion inhibitor and they just go all feral. So that's what happened to her too.
Nice.
So
that means doggy style.
Yeah,
sweet.
All orifices.
Ear fucking.
Hey, Kellen.
Yeah, he doesn't understand that yet. He comes home.
So yeah,
ear fuck. Ear fuck.
What'd you teach him?
It's in a Star Trek episode. I don't know what you're talking about.
Showed him Star Trek.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of disappointing. That's a
bummer because you're finally starting to get into the show.
Yeah, it finally had some awesome momentum, and then just like
they're like, fuck it.
Yeah, and then to like not let them have the episode entirely to themselves.
That's weird.
Yeah, and they do things like show like the episode's actually 10 years in the future. Hi, I'm talking.
He doesn't care.
I know.
He's being cute.
The episode takes place 10 years in the future, and like a character dies, and it's like, why would you even bother? Doing, I don't know. This wasn't. Yeah,
that's weird. I don't like when shows don't give characters proper send-offs.
Yeah,
I think that's the most important thing in any show because inevitably you're going to have people that don't like it, but you still should spend time with the characters you've developed. And
yeah, and it felt rushed too. Like he just.
Do you think they canceled it too soon? Like they
maybe
halfway through the season, like, well, we're not bringing you back, so you got to write the end.
Oh yeah, it totally feels like that. Like I said, they had tons of momentum mid-season, and then all of a sudden, I'm sure they got the call, like, you're canceled. So they just wrote out the last episodes. And there was actually this cool two-parter called In a Mirror Darkly. In the two-part episode, like, they even changed the opening credits for it, where it's this...
I know. Anyways, what?
Anyway, so they... the rest of the season, it felt like they were just trying to get all the cool ideas they wanted to do. And so there's this two-part right before that Terra Prime one where, like, they even changed the opening credits to where the whole two-parter exists in the mirror world. So everyone's, like, evil. Like, all the good characters are evil. And basically everyone in the universe is bad in some way. And then they, by the second episode, they, like, find the classic Enterprise from the original Star Trek, like, buried in an asteroid. Oh. They take it over, so they start wearing, like, all the original... like
cool.
Kirk green shirt costume and stuff, and like skirts and things, and they have that pastel like palette color stuff.
Oh, really?
On. Yeah, it was
That's
really
awesome.
kind of fun. It's like finally they started being really creative with episodes like that, and then 3 episodes later the series is over. He's only trying to talk when I talk.
Maybe he doesn't like Star Trek.
Well, this isn't about you. This is about our fans.
How did that sound? Real
I'm going to leave
listeners.
that in. God damn it. Oh, you asshole.
I just wiped my baby's germs on Brad.
Gross. So gross.
What else you watch this week, Brad?
Fuck you.
He thought it was funny when you said "fuck you."
I'm not gonna continue until he shuts up.
Fuck. Okay, what else you watch this week, Brad?
I'll wait.
No, go ahead, go.
I'm not talking until he's done.
He's not. He's a 9-month-old. He doesn't understand what you're trying to do. What else you watch this week, Brad?
I can't talk. Like, he's distracting. Cool. David Cross made a movie called Hits.
Yeah?
He released it. You can pay what you want to see it.
What'd you pay?
I paid nothing because it was on Netflix, but when it came out in theaters, you could choose to pay for it or not. It's about this girl who really wants to be like one of those American Idol, like overnight success things. She can't sing. But she still believes in herself anyway. And so she's doing everything she can to get famous. And so she's trying to get her demo done. And then her dad is like this guy who just wants to take care of a pothole in the street. So he's like fighting city council and everything.
Is it written by David Cross?
Yeah, written and directed. And he goes to the town meeting and he like loses his shit on the councilwoman. And someone's videotaping it, so the YouTube video goes viral. And so he becomes really famous, and his daughter can't stand it. And then, like, this other guy in her class, like, he wants to be, like, a white rapper. He's really into her, and he hangs out with her at this party in the park, like this illegal party. And she starts making out with this other guy, and he tries to interrupt. And that guy starts picking on him, and he eventually like makes a fool of himself, like trying to rap, but he can't. Like he's trying to like tear him down with his raps. And eventually, like his pants get ripped off, and like the cops come and like beat him up, and that goes viral. So he gets famous instead of her still. And overall, it's just like it's dumb.
It's like a David Cross movie, like Run, Ronnie, Run, where it's just silly.
Yeah, pretty much. In the finale, like. They're at like another council meeting, and then like people are just trying to get in front of the camera to like show how like show their talent and stuff.
Have you seen David Cross on A Modern Family?
No.
It's funny. He plays this city councilman, and they're trying to get a stop sign put in on their street, and they interrupt his birthday, and he's supposed to have ice cream cake, but it's not ice cream cake. So he has all these lines like, well, it's not ice cream cake, so I guess I don't have to eat it right now. What is your problem? It's just like, and he keeps on showing up. He also breeds puggles, which is dogs.
Pugs and poodles?
Yeah, he's like, just shows up randomly in episodes. It's pretty funny as a councilman.
I'll continue when you're finished. I think your baby's spit is like burning my skin.
What are you talking about?
Feels acidic.
You know, there's people on Twitter that this is their favorite thing about our show now.
Really? That's what they want to hear?
Yeah.
Because I can just make like every week I can just post a loop of this shit.
What else you watch this week, Brad?
I kind of watched Hector in the Search for Happiness, which is Simon Pegg.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a really nice movie, but I just wasn't into it.
Yeah.
He's a psychiatrist who just kind of like is bored with life, so he tries to go on an adventure looking for happiness.
Mm-hmm.
And spoilers, he finds it.
What?
But it takes a long time, and he has to like leave his wife for a while and go on these adventures. And I also watched Death Proof all the way through. Finally,
you've never seen it all the way through?
No, I fell asleep in the theater, and did I fall asleep in the theater? I think so. Either way, I've owned that Grindhouse Blu-ray where it's like the whole thing, both movies, and yeah, never really got through Death Proof, and I finally did today.
It's awesome.
And that the conversations the women have aren't as boring as they used to be, and it doesn't even matter because that whole car chase, the second one, where what's her Zoe Bell?
Yeah,
like I never really paid it. I don't know why I didn't appreciate it before, but just like shooting someone on the hood of a car with like no straps, trying to hang on, like I can't even see the CGI if there is any. Like it's like super intense. She's even hanging off the front. At some point, she's almost hanging off the front of the car with no restraints.
You know, you can tell you never be an actor because you just have to tune this stuff out. You have to stay in character.
I can't. Well, I'm a director, so I got to focus on the details all the time. And then I watched all 4 Mission Impossible movies.
Nice.
Yeah. Not in preparation to see Rogue Nation, but just
because everybody should.
Everyone should. It would probably be awesome. But I wanted to watch 3 again for some reason, and then and then I was like, oh, I want to see Michelle Monaghan naked again. So I watched Kiss Kiss Bang Bang.
Lovely.
Just kidding. I did watch that though, and that was like
a Ryan line.
What?
That was
like
a
a Ryan sentiment. Yeah. And the script for that's fantastic. It's really clever, and Robert Downey Jr. is amazing in it. Like, and all the twists and turns they go through.
Ow, my balls!
Your son's grabbing your balls.
No, he's pushing his tow truck right into him. I appreciate the first Mission Impossible more now than I did the first time I saw it. It's pretty clever.
Can you believe I had to watch that one and the second one on DVD?
What?
I'm so archaic.
You are. I think you get the set for like $12.99.
Yeah.
The Mission Impossible quadrilogy.
It's because I bought like 1, 2, and 3 as a DVD set, and then I got 3 and 4 on Blu-ray. So I'm like, I don't like the box art to the first 2 individually. So, anywho, but the second one's still boring.
Yeah, it's all right. The thing I like about the Mission Impossible movies is they let
in that movie.
I know, right? I like that they each director kind of makes it their own movie.
Yeah,
they're not really tied to continuity. It's kind of just, oh, this is a spy thriller, and this is how this director wants to do it.
Yeah, and because Tom Cruise is the producer on that movie, he kind of just dictates what stuff. Because I was watching the social features, and he was saying like he wants each movie to be different.
Yeah.
So, the first one they wanted it to be like a classic spy thing. In the second one, they wanted to make it more of a romantic movie. So that's why it's all about that girl and stuff. And actually, the story is written by Ronald Moore and Brandon Braga, who were Star Trek veterans.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. And then, 3 and 4 are way more fun.
Oh yeah, 3's awesome.
Yeah. Although it's weird that, like, I totally forgot the fourth one. He goes through all that trouble to save her in 3, and then the fourth one, they're like, yeah, she died at some point.
But she didn't really die.
What?
Michelle Monaghan?
Well, the actress didn't die.
Yeah,
but
no, the character. Remember at the end, he sees her he watches her in the restaurant.
In 4?
Yeah.
I must have looked away for a second.
Yeah, he made up that lie about it, so everyone thinks she's dead.
To protect her?
Yeah, to protect her.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder what this
I thought you needed to pay attention to details, director.
I'm not the best director. I'm not Spielberg over here. And what else? There's. I had other stuff to say about it, but are you gonna say something? Sorry, I interrupted.
He's so cute. But yeah, Mission Impossible 4 is awesome. I can't wait for the new one.
Yeah.
Because one's Christopher McQuarrie, and he did, Jack Reacher, and Jack Reacher is awesome. So.
Oh, I haven't seen that, so I don't know.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, that's it for me.
This week I saw a few things.
Watch, he's not going to say a word during your segment.
Oh, he will.
Are you choking on something?
The first thing I watched was the 1989 The Punisher with Dolph Lundgren, and it is fucking horrible.
Is it?
Like, Dolph Lundgren is maybe the most uncharismatic Punisher of all time. He sits there and he's basically said, "Have a nice day. I'm depressed. I'm monotone," and that's how he is throughout the whole movie.
They show his origin story like the 2004 one did.
Yeah, and the Warzone one. Yeah, they all show it.
So being would you rather have Ray Stevenson?
So I was actually going to say that. So if I had to make the perfect Punisher movie, I would have the over-the-top violence of Warzone. I'd have Thomas Jane as the Punisher, and I'd have absolutely nothing from the 1989 version of the Punisher. And he drives his motorcycle through the sewer so he can murder people, gang members. He doesn't really use a gun. He stabs people with a knife that has a skull on the top. And the only time he uses a gun, he goes into this casino and just like wastes the slot machines and stuff. And I was reading it's only on DVD, and the DVD menu is maybe the worst DVD menu I've ever seen.
How is that possible?
Because it's like if I don't know how to do.
How do you get worse than a picture with words?
Okay, I will tell you.
Click on.
So let's say someone hired me to use Adobe Photoshop for the Punisher DVD, and I've never used Photoshop before.
Go ahead and make out with your son.
And all I know how to do is to take pictures from the movie and put them like really poorly edited onto like to make a collage of pictures from the movie and really bad font and made the DVD menu. Like you can see the edges around the you can see the edges around each picture. Like that's how bad it is. It's bad. And Lou Gossett Jr.'s in it, and he tries to like act with Dolph Lundgren, and he's just not having it. There's a part where
it's like I can't believe I signed up for this shit.
You're right. There's a part where Dolph Lundgren is supposed to be dead for 5 years because Frank Castle died in the car explosion that killed his family, but he's actually been moonlighting as the Punisher. So he's finally captured by the police, and Lou Gossett Jr. was his former partner, and so he gets him in jail. And Lou Gossett Jr., I'm not joking, is like acting his ass out. He's saying, "Where have you been for 5 years? What the fuck happened to you?" And then Dolph Lundgren is seriously looking like he's stoned. And I don't know if they're trying. I don't know if they're trying to make it that he doesn't have any more emotions because his family's dead. And they go through this whole thing that his family was killed, and at the end he has to team up with like the crime boss to take out the Yakuza, or the Yakuza, however the fuck you say it, Japanese gang. And so he teams up with them, and he says, "At the end, I'm going to kill you." And the only reason he's teaming up is because the mob boss's son is kidnapped, and he kidnaps Lou Gossett Jr., and he threatens to kill Lou Gossett Jr. unless the Punisher helps him. So at the end, they save the kid, they kill the Yakuza, like, mob boss, and then they have a fight to the death in front of his son. Like, and then the Punisher kills his dad. And I'm like, that's exactly why the Punisher is the Punisher. Is because his family was killed, and then he just killed this guy's dad right in front of him, and then the kid picks up a gun, and he says, "I'm gonna kill you," and then the Punisher kneels down and he puts the gun to his head. "Do it. So then maybe when you get to my age, you won't like it anymore."
What?
Yeah. And then he doesn't. He just starts crying, and the kid is actually acting really well. And Dolph Lundgren gets up and says, "I'll be waiting for you when you're older."
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. And then they have the DVD has production notes, and I was reading, and they said that they didn't choreograph any of the fights. It was all improvised, and you can tell because the fights are fucking horrible. And the director, named Martin Goldblatt, is actually a super talented editor. He did Terminator 2, Alien. What did he just do recently? That's a really great movie. I don't know, but he also has done like Percy Jackson. I mean, he's done big movies, and he directed The Punisher. Guess what the last movie he directed was? The Punisher. And they have all these like weird close-ups of weapon. Oh, it's horrible. I don't like it at all. And I don't know why he drives his motorcycle around the sewers. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know why he does it.
So of the superhero movies you've watched so far, is this like the very bottom of the list?
Ooh. It's pretty close. And the thing is everyone points at like Howard the Duck and something. I actually thought Howard the Duck was kind of fun.
Right?
And so
I'd watch Howard the Duck over the Punisher.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. Yeah, so it's meh. What else did I fucking watch this week? I'm like totally drawing a blank now because the Punisher pissed me off so much.
Rage.
I was thinking if I should talk about this with James is around, but I'll talk about it anyways because somebody actually tweeted us and asked, wanted my opinion on it. I saw Men, Women, and Children, which is the Jason Reitman film that he made last year with Adam Sandler and Rosemary DeWitt. I think that's her name. She's pretty. But basically the movie is an ensemble piece where they take what bad things that are on the internet and everybody's addiction to it. And so Adam Sandler's addicted to porn on the internet, and so is his son, but his son has trouble getting aroused unless it's like super like over the top, people bound together. And then there's Judy Greer, and her daughter she's exploiting her daughter as a model online. And they get all this fan mail from older men who like lust after her daughter. And then there's the star football player. I forget the kid's name, but he's kind of like an up and coming young actor. And he was a star football player, but he doesn't want to play anymore. Now he just plays basically World of Warcraft online. And so, the rest of his football team hate him and call him names. And things like that. And it's actually a really interesting movie, and it deals with relationships in a way that's really complex. And
is the like Twitter pop-up stuff like actually in the movie, or was that a trailer thing?
No, it's throughout the whole movie. In fact, there's a special feature on the Blu-ray that talks about how they integrated it into the movie. And it's just, I think it's there because it's trying to tell you how inundated our lives are with this stuff. You know, we don't even think about it, but social media, the internet, all that stuff affects us in daily life, and it's taking, you know, people's extreme versions of it and this little town and exploring everybody. I mean, J.K. Simmons is in it, but he doesn't really have a very big part. He's only in 2 scenes. Lots of great actors are in it, and the movie is really moving and touching, and it makes you really think about like the dangers out there. I mean, I don't care. I go on the internet wherever I want, but someone who's a young girl and sees skinny people and she might have an eating disorder, how it can affect her, and they have all that stuff in here, and it's really fascinating, and she just wants the boy to like her, and how her family doesn't really pay attention to her, and they ignore her eating disorder. It's really kind of interesting. And it's always great to see Adam Sandler play against type. In this one, he plays kind of like a sad sack, and he's always depressed, and him and his wife end up cheating on each other. He gets an escort, and she goes to this website for married people that want to cheat. And so he gets an escort, and she does it her way. And how he finds out and how he confronts her is really sad. And it's without dialogue. So it's really well done. And Emma Thompson does the narration throughout it. There's a voiceover. So if you want to see a different movie and one that's really complex emotionally, definitely check it out. It's I'm going to watch it again just because I think I missed some character beats in it, and I enjoyed it. And I usually don't like movies like that too often. But if they're well made, I'll always enjoy them. And I think Jason Reitman usually makes pretty good movies. So yeah, Men, Women, and Children, that's a fun one. The last thing I watched was a movie called Scarecrows, which is a 1988 action horror movie hybrid. I've never seen it before, but I remember people talking about that it's actually a pretty good little low-budget action horror movie. And so I was kind of excited to get it. And watching it, yeah, it's actually pretty good. It's about this team of
scarecrows.
Partly, it's about a team of mercenaries that steal money in a plane, and one of their guys double crosses them, and he parachutes out of the plane. And where he parachutes to is this farm that's loaded with scarecrows, and these this farm is something with it was supernaturally tied. They don't really explain it in the film. But the scarecrows actually come to life, and they like pull like your insides out and stuff you with straw. So there's some really sweet like gore effects in it, and the people when they die, they come back to life as like possessed dead people. There's some actually pretty scary moments in it. I think if they had a bigger budget and a little better acting, I think it'd be actually maybe a horror classic. But the budget and the acting in it kind of holds it back. You know, you can see where the budget constraints are, because where some of the gore effects are really awesome, you know, they always cut out just enough where you're, oh man, if they could just show a little more. I mean, there's this really sweet one where they put a bag over this guy's head, the scarecrows, and they take these shears and they cut up his chest, and it's like all the sound effects, and then they pull him out, then they jam it in his head, and blood just flies everywhere. And I think the director did a really good job because he actually sets up the suspense really well. The scarecrows really, really don't show up until maybe a 2/3 through the movie. But the movie's only 82 minutes, so it zooms by super fast. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed it. And I'm going to watch it again with the commentary because I have a feeling the director's going to say they didn't have a very big budget and they tried to do what they could. But they did a really good job with the atmosphere. And if you want to see kind of an offbeat action horror film, I would definitely recommend Scarecrows. It's a Scream Factory, so it's loaded with special features, and they do a really good job restoring the film quality and stuff like that. And the reversible art on it's really cool. You can choose. They have the theatrical poster, or they have the old VHS cover, and the VHS cover is the one I chose to switch them because it's pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, so definitely if you like horror from the 80s, I'd get it because it also mixes in kind of slasher films and blood and guts, and the only thing it's missing is titties. If it had the tits in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Slasher movie, no
nudity. But I don't know. I'm actually kind of glad it wouldn't fit in the film at all. I mean, I know a lot of horror films just have nudity but this one, they're literally tracking down the guy who double-crossed him, and then the scarecrow show up and kill him. So I don't know where they could have nudity. But I was thinking there was going to be some because the plane they hijack is flown by a daughter and her father, and the daughter's like the cute one. I'm like, oh, she's going to get naked, but she never did. So,
well, the bodies they cut up, can't some of them be
I guess
women?
they could. I guess they could rip the clothes off and just see some tits hanging out.
Before they get eviscerated.
Before they get eviscerated. Cap that off. Cool. So yeah, that's what I watched this week.
Speaking of your DVDs, did you just give up on organizing them?
For now I did. If you looked, I actually took your advice and I put all the paper ones up.
Yeah.
I put all the plastic ones down there, and he still pulls them off, so yeah, I don't organize them because it will just drive me crazy.
Yeah. I was like, you got South Park up there and South Park down there. And
Yep.
It
drives me crazy. Because I like things that are alphabetized and organized. I mean, no one can see it, and this is great podcasting, but my Blu-rays are organized by genre and then alphabetically, so that I can't do that with some of them. It drives me crazy, except for the bottom 3 shelves is because my son pulls everything off of them.
I was going to say, it's amazing he only focuses on the right one because you've got plenty of paper ones on the left one.
Yeah, but if you look, there's like a mixture of like sci-fi and horror, and some Disney are all like bunched together.
Yeah.
But I mean, I didn't know what to put Hobo with the shotgun in. Is that a horror film or is that an action movie?
Good question.
So I put it with
I would just
horror.
make an indie section.
No, I can't
Actually,
do
I
that.
did.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know if I can have an indie section because
I organize my stuff by genre. I don't alphabetize it, but it's by spine color and stuff.
Yeah. See, like if I do, independent, I have horror films that are independent that are also released by studios.
Right.
So like Friday the 13th is actually an independent film. So how crazy am I going to get?
Well, I do have a separate horror section, but like I do indie for like art indie.
Okay.
Like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, like Hobo with a Shotgun, Amelie, stuff like that.
See, would I put Spring in that art section? Probably.
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Spring? You should
No.
see it. So yeah, that's I think
like what we do in the shadows. Like I would put in the art one instead of
would
the
you?
horror. Yeah.
Oh yeah, but would it be comedy though? See, it's a comedy.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Documentary.
I can't wait till that comes out on Blu-ray. I want to watch it again.
Yeah.
It feels like a movie I need to see like 3
I'm
times.
so glad it's coming out on Blu-ray. Like,
I know.
I was so bummed when I heard it was just DVD.
I know. I'm still thinking it might be a Best Buy exclusive. They haven't really announced. I haven't seen when they're announced where it's coming out on.
I hate when they come with a cool logo for their title and then the distributor goes and changes it.
I know.
Something lame.
Like
if you haven't seen the box art, it's on digitalbits.com. You can check it out.
They change it? What they change it to?
It's like pink and it's just this different font.
Oh man, I love the poster where they're like all the vampires are like looking back on the.
Yeah, in the DVD art, they're just like it's like yellow colored, but they're all just laying in the coffins, like making weird faces, and then it has like a pink "What We Do in the Shadows." It's like some bulky font instead of like that gothic one they had in gold.
That movie's so funny.
Yeah.
No, you're eating worms.
My dick turned into a snake. I'm out of here.
Oh man, Peter, he's really creepy. This is a comic book you should read.
What's up, nerds? It's the Comics Corner.
I'm going old school. I don't know if you should read it, but this one actually caught my eye because it's really racist. It's Marvel Team Up, Spider-Man and the Sons of Tiger. I don't remember. I think it's 42, something like that. But in it, the Sandman and the Enforcers are up to no good. And so Spider-Man needs the help of the Sons of Tiger. Now, when I say Sons of Tiger, who do you think they would be?
Back up. Sandman and the Enforcers?
Yeah.
What are they enforcing?
The Enforcers are bad guys from Spider-Man. That's just their name.
So they got together and be like, we're going to enforce bad guy rule?
No, they want to kill Spider-Man.
I'm just making fun of their name.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the guys writing were just like, hey, we got to make another issue this week. Pick something that sounds cool.
Well, it's Amazing Spider-Man 10 was their debut, so I'm sure it was something like 60s style. Yeah, so when I say Sons of Tiger, what do you picture in your head?
A group of followers of martial arts.
There you
martial
go.
arts.
Hey, right on.
Yeah.
You got it. There's a white guy, a white girl, and a black guy, and one Asian guy. And so when Spider-Man gets in trouble, they hear commotion next door, and they bust in. And one of the enforcers, Big Man, calls one of the Sons of Tiger Slant Eyes. And I'm like, what?
You're recommending this.
I'm not recommending. I'm just saying it's a comic I read this week that was interesting. And it's not it. So they call him Slant Eyes. And I said, wow. I guess the Comic Code Authority did allow vampires, but racism is totally cool.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And then the Sandman is talking, thought bubble-wise, and he said, first I'm going to take out the black guy. What? Why does he say the black guy? Why can't it just be...
Well, because they always have to die first in the team,
yeah, that's right. It was just weird. I've never seen such blatant racism in a Spider-Man comic before in my life.
And this is Amazing Spider-Man.
The Marvel team up.
Okay, so it's like
It's like before Spectacular
short run.
No, it's like 200 issues.
Oh.
Before Spectacular Spider-Man came out, they had Marvel Team Up, and Marvel Team Up would be Spider-Man and Human Torch this week fight Doctor Doom. So it's basically just two heroes, Spider-Man and somebody else. And every once in a while it wasn't Spider-Man. But yeah, so it would be... And the writer is Len Wein, who did... I think he created Wolverine, if I remember correctly, and he's really famous for his X-Men run. So he's a really famous author and also extremely racist.
Yeah.
So I was just shocked to read a Spider-Man comic that was that racist.
Nice. You should take a picture of that panel and post it.
You know, I was going to, but the career I'm going to, I don't want to post that. And then they do a search on my social media.
Now you're worried about what you say on the podcast.
No, I don't care what I say on the podcast. I'm talking about stuff that I put on Facebook where they can look it up.
There's 200 episodes of your racism documented.
I am not racist.
Your sexist, racist comments on here.
Yeah, it was just...
and they're going to cut them out and use them against you in court.
Probably. Well, they'd have to listen to, 3,000 hours.
You're like, what is in context?
The horse raping joke is taken out of context.
They just play a clip. I like to rape horses.
So yeah, if you want to pick up racist Spider-Man comics, I recommend going to Colorado Coins, Cards, and Comics. I don't know if there's any more of those there because Andrew got a stack of Marvel team-ups. And I was like, dude, I want those because they're really cheap. And yeah, that was in one of the stacks. He does have a really sweet Tomb of Dracula #1, though. I don't know if Tomb of Draculas are any good. I just love the covers because they're really gothic, and it's usually a really big-breasted woman being throat bitten by Dracula, and I just love the art of it. It's really provocative. This week we went and saw Jurassic World. Brad, should people go see Jurassic World?
I mean, they did anyway, apparently, so why bother recommending it? I thought it was okay. Do you want me to tell more, or were you gonna?
Oh, that's all you want to say before we?
When I say it's okay, it's only because I feel like the main thing for me is that they took the scripts from 2 and 3 and turned them into one movie, and I'll explain more after the trailer.
I thought it was pretty fun. When I think of a summer movie, I think of a movie like this where maybe the stuff in between the action isn't the greatest, but the action is amazing. So Brad doesn't agree with me.
Disagree.
But here's the trailer for Jurassic World.
We have learned more in the past decade from genetics than a century of digging up bones. A whole new frontier has opened up. We have our first genetically modified hybrid.
You just went and made a new dinosaur?
Probably not a good idea. Almost 40 feet high. Really think she climbed out?
Depends.
On what?
What kind of dinosaur they cooked up in that lab. Evacuate the island. She's a highly intelligent animal. She will kill anything that moves.
Oh, God.
Amazing action sequences, really?
Yeah.
Even after seeing Mad Max.
Yeah. They're two different types of movies. You can't compare them.
Well, yeah, one was mostly made in a computer, and the other one was real people putting their life on the line.
Yeah, and you also have a movie that takes itself like super seriously.
But right, the script, it's Jurassic World is just the InGen trying to get the dinosaurs again, which is the Lost World, and then the kids being lost on their own, needing to save them is 3. So it's like someone said, you know those 2 movies that everyone hates? Let's combine the stories from both those, and then they'll like it.
I'll kind of disagree with you on that. In the movie, it takes place. Jurassic World now is a living, breathing. It's basically Walt Disney World, where
it's a functioning park that people have actually gotten bored with.
Yeah, that people have gotten bored with. So I'm sure it's in the trailer. I don't know which one you're going to play, but they talk about how they're going to genetically modify dinosaurs to make them scarier and smarter, or whatever they're going to do with them. And they make Indominus Rex, and it outsmarts them and gets out and creates havoc in the park. It's pretty much a Jurassic Park film. I think the film does a good job, though, of striking nostalgia with new stuff. That's where, because they do hit a lot of the beats where the kids are in danger and someone has to go save them. But at the same time, I think...
I didn't give a shit about those kids.
Oh, who does?
They were so underwritten.
I care about the dinosaurs.
The one kid is always buried in his phone, and he's a little dick, and then the other one's just like...
emotionally stunted.
Yeah.
He crawled in his toy box.
That's fine, as long as he stays quiet.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then they're perfectly capable of saving themselves, so... like, apparently they can repair an engine.
Yeah, see, the part, that's what I mean. Like, the parts in between...
after all this time, I just wish they could come up with a new angle on
they did.
the story.
They want to make... They're training the raptors to go into war and kill people. Again, it's
Vincent D'Onofrio is like the most hilarious character, like the goofiest part of the story.
It is.
If you took out the whole InGen and him, like the movie would still function just fine.
Yeah.
If not, maybe even better.
It is.
Not that he's a bad actor.
No. Again, I think it's just because it's getting people to the dinosaurs. I think that's what's the most important thing, because all the stuff in between is meh.
I was so bored for like the first 20 minutes. I was like, where is the story even going? Because they set up the kids are going to the park, and then they like take you on the tour of the park, basically. And then you like see all the stuff with the lab, and then the new billionaire. I'm just like, when is it's just all like set up, and I'm just like, get to get to the arc of the whole story. Like, what's the new angle on this thing? And no, it's just, hey, we made a new dinosaur and it got loose. And
yeah, but there's part of me though, as the kid in me, will never get old. I still think that it's super cool when Chris Pratt is riding a motorcycle and he's leading the raptors hunting Indominus Rex. I think that's like so cool. Yeah, it could be cheesy, but there's something that's really cool about raptors running and hunting prey. And of course, I'm always the person. Jurassic Park 3, I don't think is that bad of a film. I think it's an all right movie. But I always hated how much of a bitch they made T-Rex in it. I hated that, Spinosaurus, as they try to force this new dinosaur on me, and that this dinosaur is the coolest dinosaur you've ever seen, and it's way more deadly than T-Rex. When in the first film, I think Spielberg does such a great job making T-Rex scary. Mm-hmm. And then he not only does that, but he might even do a better job with making Velociraptors scary.
Yeah.
And I always loved the scene in Jurassic Park, and this is why I love Spielberg as a filmmaker. He said this in Jaws, and where he said, Peter Benchley, who wrote Jaws, the original ending to the book Jaws is the shark gets tangled in a net and drowns. And when Steven Spielberg got the script and that was in there, I said, that's boring. He said, I'm going to stick a tank in the shark and you're going to shoot it and it's going to explode. And Peter Benchley said, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. He said, well, if they believe that a shark is going to eat a bunch of people and is going to jump on this boat, they'll believe that that'll explode. And you do. And I still think that with Jurassic Park is where the raptors are chasing him, and you don't know how T-Rex gets in there.
Right.
He gets in there, and it's a way more exciting ending. The original ending was Dr. Grant shot a gun and the dinosaur bones killed the raptors. It doesn't make any sense how T-Rex got in there, but all it matters is it's a really exciting ending. Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way about the ending in this film, where I knew where they were going with it, but I still loved it because they said we need more teeth, and so Aunt Bryce Dallas, I forget her character.
Oh, you're
name.
so close.
Howard. Yeah, I forget her character name. Claire. She runs and
Claire.
Are you stuck, buddy?
He took a dump in there.
That's all right. Ethan. There you go. Look at all your new toys. It's like, fuck you, Dad. I don't care if you spent $40 on my new toys. But she grabbed the flare just like Dr. Malcolm, and when she starts waving it and I see the T-Rex come, I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. And the T-Rex comes in, and then there's a huge dinosaur fight. Like, to me, that's super exciting and super cool.
The fight was awesome, but it was so brief.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I think the special effects in this movie are pretty fucking amazing.
Really?
The dinosaurs, yeah.
I thought they worked at night. In the daytime, like... I'm talking, that's why he's interrupting.
No, so what
like,
was the
Brad's
problem?
talking again.
So what's the problem with him in the daytime?
It just looked like the textures were really like smoothed over and didn't have like the same resolution as everything else on screen.
The dinos?
On the dinos, yeah.
I don't think so. I mean,
the most glaring one was when early on when the raptor in the raptor pen and that one dude's like leaning against the cage, and there's that raptor behind him. It just looked like it was pasted in there.
I don't.
It might be an effect of the 3D though.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But I there's just moments in that movie that.
But also at the same time, like, so they keep a T-Rex next to the visitor center
Fuck
all
yeah,
the time.
dude. I would. That's all I'd want to see. Well, remember when the boys came in? It's actually a huge, like, attraction you have to go through, like with the doors and stuff, and
the science room.
No, if you go to the left, you can see like the gate and everything for T-Rex.
Oh.
But Claire is able to outrun him, which is pretty impressive because
yeah.
Remember in the first Jurassic Park, it almost caught up to the Jeep driving. Oh, it did catch up to the Jeep. Because remember, it bashed its head on the side. But Claire was ready.
Yeah.
And she threw the flare on the Indominus Rex.
I'm sure the T-Rex was just super tired from being in the dark.
Yeah,
that
probably.
Whole time. He's like, we're just waking up, and that's why she was able to outrun him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the only cool part. Like I was telling people, like this movie, to me, this movie didn't have sequences that were as cool as like the raptors in the kitchen in the first one, or the T-Rex tearing apart the Explorer. Like the only cool thing was that for me was that fight, like the stuff with the hamster balls running around, like in the Indominus, destroying that isn't. Then it's the helicopters and the pteranodons. It's just all like a big special effects demo for me.
I had fun with it. I thought it was a fun movie.
And then, like it was almost more comedy too. Like I didn't feel like it had suspense. Like all the cutaways to the IT guys, and like I know they're making commentary on these movies. It was funny, but it just seemed so out of place to me. And then the two scientists, like Dr. Wu and the billionaire, like their whole scene where they're re-explaining the fact that we modify these animals. It felt so forced.
Yeah, I mean, actually the one scene I really had the problem with. I mean, the other stuff I don't care. I still thought it was fun. Was when the two boys were on the monorail, and it's like, Mom and Dad are getting a divorce. And it's not that the kids are acting bad. It just seems really, really weird.
Yeah. Like
out of place. And that's maybe the only scene I had a problem with throughout the whole film. Other than that, I thought the movie was lots of fun. And is it as good as Avengers or Mad Max? No. But did I have fun watching it? Yeah, I had a lot of fun watching it. And I like the nostalgia in it. Because at the end of the day, I love dinosaurs. And two huge dinosaurs fighting is still super cool to me.
That's why I want to see it in 3D again, because like this movie for me, it needs to feel like a theme park ride, and I didn't get that.
Were the people talking taking you out of it too? Maybe.
Well, yeah, but I don't know. I saw enough of the conversations to realize like I wasn't really interested in the plot in this movie. Like just making a dinosaur with like bigger claws and apparently camouflaged when it needs to.
But it's smarter too. See how it lured Chris Pratt in the cage, and that's how it got out.
Someone was telling me that it didn't lure him in the cage. D'Onofrio's character let him out.
I don't think so.
I didn't see that either, but that's what I heard from other people. So
I didn't get that. I got that it lured him in the cage with the scratches that it climbed over.
Well, just because Chris Pratt said it, but like it it had the heat sensor or something. I think D'Onofrio turned it off, so it was always in there, and then they misinterpreted the scratches as it trying to get out, when really the whole time.
Well, remember when they talked to
there.
Dr. Wu, he said that some frogs are able to camouflage their heat signature.
Well, that was setting up the fight in the forest, I think.
Well, we'll have to watch it again.
Yeah. This movie's all over the map. Like, there's tons of shit going on. And
but Chris Pratt is really good.
Yeah.
I think he'll be a good Indiana Jones.
I was kind of on the fence, like, because they haven't picked Indiana Jones yet, but now that this movie's opened with $200 million, like, he's got the part.
Yeah, come on.
So they're gonna give it to him.
Yeah, and he already said I think he's signing on for multiple Jurassic. They're gonna make another Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah.
So where they go from now, I don't know.
Well, I have no faith. Like, after 3 movies with the same story, like, they just need some.
What if dinosaurs go to war?
Or space.
Space.
Jurassic Space.
Dinos in space.
I don't know. I think there's.
It's Site 3, the moon.
Like, the park's not even the title, so it doesn't have to be about the park. Like, it could be.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be the gigantic dinosaurs. Oh, I think. Who was I talking to? I think we were saying, like, you could do a story where, like, people keep compies as pets. So, like, there's, like, dinosaur pet stores and everything, and they're, like, they modify.
They just integrate it into the whole world, natural world.
Yeah, and they start using all that genetic technology to, like, make other creatures, like, for commercialism. Like, hey, we want this kind of animal, so make it. So there's, like, this whole industry based on, like, weird, different colored dogs or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to go next, because remember, Dr. Wu got away.
Yeah.
And he took some samples with him.
He has all the embryos.
So, who knows? Yeah. Is it in a shaving cream thing? Yesterday at work, Jurassic Park was on, like, USA. So I put it on, and I was, like, just catching a glimpse of it. And I still love the Nedry scene at the beginning, where he's like, Dotson, don't use my name. Dotson, we got Dotson here!
See, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. Wayne Knight. I think that's what this movie's missing. Yeah. Wayne Knight. So yeah, I think you should go see it. It was lots of fun. And if you haven't seen it already, but judging by the box office numbers, I think most people have.
Yeah.
Next week we're seeing Inside Out.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
Actually, I might not. I have to film, so.
Okay. So me and James will see Inside Out, or maybe I just will.
Yeah.
And
we'll see. I might be able to see it.
Okay. Either way, Brad's always filming.
Yep.
Until next week, thanks for listening. Bye. Say bye. Visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com. You can tweet us at real_nerds. You can email us even, realnerds@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook. Hey, stream us on Stitcher. You want to call us? 720-6nerds5. And download us on iTunes. Just search Real Nerds. Thank you, Joe Kempter, for the wonderful voiceover. And also Spark Mandrill for the wonderful late-night jazz smooth sounds of movies. You can find him on SoundCloud. This has been a Nebulous Visions production.